Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be doing a quick review on the Moyu Weilong version 2. I've got 3 of them here, all 3 that you can get, except for the white ones of course. Before I get to that, I want to let you guys know the Moyu Osu, the 4x4 that came out, I took mine apart and I inspected it a lot more, and it turned out some of the pieces were actually defective, which is why I was getting a bad result with it. So I ordered another one, and this one is absolutely amazing. I wish I had gotten this one at first because it would get an outstanding review. It's easily the best 4x4 I've ever tried, but I'm not going to re-review it. I just want to let you guys know that the one I got was actually defective, and this one is a lot better. So anyways, let's get on with this. And I also want to say too, sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I just needed a break, to be honest. So anyways, so I've got all 3 of them here. I've got the stickerless version 2 of the Weilong. I've got the black version 2 of the Weilong, and then I've got the mini one. You can see that the small one is just a little bit smaller. It's not that much smaller, but when it's in your hands, it does make a bit of a difference. So I've taken these apart and I've talked to Calvin, and there's not really any differences between this and the first one, except for that on the very first one, you'll remember that it's one piece right here, whereas on this one, if I can get it apart, here actually I'll show you it on this, it'd probably be a little bit easier. It's actually split so you can make stickerless cubes. So I think the reason that they made a version 2 was because you can pull it apart and you can make a stickerless version of the Weilong now, because I think companies know that a lot of people do like stickerless cubes, even though you can't use them in competitions. A lot of people do still enjoy solving with them, and so do I. And I'm not a huge fan of the Weilong. I know a lot of people are. I don't know, to me it's just, I prefer the lighter cubes, and the feel of this just isn't for me. I know that you know, it currently has broken world records and stuff, but for me it's just not my cube. But it is definitely a really nice cube. It's just not my style, that's all. And I find that I have to really over lube these ones. Like this one here has a lot of lube in it. And the reason for that is because the same problem with this one that I had with the version 1 is that it's just a little bit too fast for me. I don't really like the speed of it. I tend to overshoot quite a bit. And this thing has amazing corner cutting capabilities. It's just that I don't want to have to corner cut that much, and I find that when I do overshoot, I end up locking up a little bit, even though it's a little bit hard to lock up on this. But when you're going fast, lockups can happen, I think, a lot easier than they can when you're turning slow, if you're not careful, of course. So I overlubed it quite a bit, and I don't really like the feel of an overlubed cube, to be honest. So I'm not using these as my main. And as far as the whole, you know, Moyu advertising them as a version 2, technically they can advertise this as a version 2 because it is another version. The mold is completely different. Of course, the pieces when put together are exactly the same, but it is completely, you know, put together differently. You know, so you have 3 parts instead of just 2. So now, they should have at least said that, in my opinion, because I'm sure a lot of people who have the Weilong went out and bought the Weilong version 2 because they thought that it would be better, sort of like, you know, like some kind of modification to the piece instead of just how you put it together. And I think a lot of people probably bought the puzzle before knowing that, and they basically just got the same puzzle that they already had. So I think it would have been better. I haven't tensioned this one at all. And see, it's kind of locky. I personally think it would have been better for the company to advertise it that there's nothing special about them except for the fact that we can make stickerless cubes now, because I think a lot of people probably went out and bought the same cube twice, and I don't think that's very fair or right. But anyways, I did buy all 3 because I knew you guys would want to see them, and I know I've seen a lot of people's comments saying, why are there no stickerless Moyu Weilongs, and now there is, and it's really great. I have to say that when I do use these 3, I do end up using the stickerless one because I've actually done a lot of work on it to make it better, and I've tensioned this one, so this one's pretty okay, but this one I haven't even bothered with. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might make some mods out of these or something, but I'm definitely going to keep this one. This one turns the best out of all of them. And I don't know if it's due to the stickerlessness and the type of plastic. I have absolutely no idea. That's a debate that's ended a long time ago. But what I do know is that I've set this one up and it works the best for me. However, that being said, I don't think that, for me, they're the best cube out there. I know a lot of people do think that the Weilong is the best cube out there, and if you think that's the case, then perfect. You know, that works for you, but not for me. But it is a great cube. There's not really much more I can say about it. I really wanted to make this video mostly just because of the differences between the pieces, which there is none aside from the way they're put together and my views on how the company maybe should have went around that, you know, and told people that so they didn't buy the same cube twice. So anyways, if you didn't know that, now you're informed. If you don't have it, you can make your decision. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on my next video.